Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I've just come out of 5 days of self-isolation that I was in, but luckily my test results came back negative with a big C. Although I have been vaccinated, but it's still better to be safe than sorry. Anyways, speaking of which, I thought it might be a good idea to discuss in this video how COVID is affecting all of our mental health. There are so many factors that are negatively affecting the entire world at the moment that it's important to take care of ourselves, not only physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. Unemployment is at an all time high on a worldwide scale because so many sectors have had to close down to prevent or stop the spread of the virus. Many people have lost their jobs and are now still struggling to find new jobs. So, and then obviously, one of the biggest issues is the high death tolls everywhere at the moment, with so many people that have lost loved ones. And obviously, it makes it a little bit more difficult because now can only have limited amounts of people at funerals. You have to maintain social distancing, things like that. So it does make it a little bit more difficult. And then on top of all of this, we have to constantly sanitize, remember to wear our masks, keep a social distance on a day-to-day basis. So obviously this is all going to take a toll on our mental health eventually. And so many people are now struggling with mental fatigue and burnout. So let's discuss ways that you can deal with and cope with the current situation. Firstly, I know this one is probably pretty obvious, and it's often easier said than done, but I think a lot of us need to be less hard on ourselves. And this is something that I genuinely struggle with myself. We need to learn to take it a little bit easier and not expect so much from ourselves. And I've seen a few posts on social media recently where people are saying things like, helpful tips, use all of this time that we have to improve ourselves, learn a new skill, things like that, declutter your home, etc. I've also seen posts where it says you're maybe not a good friend or family member if you aren't keeping in constant contact with those around you. And I tend to disagree with these posts because I just feel like we already have so much going on right now. It doesn't help to put extra strain on ourselves or expect more than what we are able to do at the moment. So, so I think we all just need to get through every day and do what we can at the time. Let's not force ourselves to do more than what we are able to do, put more pressure on ourselves. So another thing that I feel like is very important is to take a mental health day if or when it is necessary. So, for example, I like to bake. It's something that just is therapeutic for me. I also like to take a spa day at home, and do things like do face masks for myself, do paint my toenails, have a long hot bubble bath, anything to unwind and recharge. And I think that's something that's important that a lot of us need to remember to do. Even if you are staying at home and you're not working at the moment, you still need to take care of your mental health and take a day out sometimes just for you. Another good coping mechanism is distraction. So if there isn't a solution to the problem, which at the moment, there is no way to really solve the problem that we are all experiencing at the moment, except obviously vaccinations. So is distraction. I think distraction can also be a helpful tool sometimes. What I will do is listen to true crime podcasts because I am a true crime fan. Or watch YouTube videos throughout the day, and that just helps to keep my mind busy and distracted so that I don't start overthinking and then get more anxious. So distraction can also be a good tool. Also, you can get things like stress balls or fidget toys. They help when you feel super restless and you just need something to do. So I think those are also helpful tools to use. And then lastly, venting, talking about it, my favorite thing. So everyone needs to have someone in their life that I feel like can be a soundboard for you for your emotions, the way that you're feeling, also just to help you feel validated and heard. So whether it's your significant other, a close friend, family member, a coworker, or even a therapist, I think we all need to find someone that we can talk to about our emotions so that we don't bottle them all up and they build up until we eventually explode or have a meltdown. So I think the moral of today's video is going to be that we are all dealing with a lot right now, and it would just be, better if we can all be kinder and more understanding of what each other is going through at the moment. Also, one act of random kindness is something that can have a long lasting effect and also a ripple effect. If you do something nice for someone, then they tend to be more willing to do something nice for someone else. And so it goes until we can make the world maybe a bit more of a compassionate place to live in at the moment. So I'm going to challenge all of you to just do one nice thing for someone in your life. Someone, maybe one of your neighbors, a family member, a co-worker. They don't necessarily have to know about it, or they can. And it doesn't have to be anything major or, money something that costs money. Maybe you can just babysit your sister's children for her so she can just have a night in to relax and, sleep a little bit. Maybe you can offer to take an elderly neighbor shopping, grocery shopping if they are unable to drive. Just think of something nice that you can do for someone. Let's just all be nicer during these times. So until next time, bye. Depending on what each other is going through at the moment. And there goes my mental health. There are so many factors that are negatively affecting the world right now. There are so many factors that